there, nice to see you again. Are you keeping well? Oh, Oh, I am pleased. Yes, I can help you today. So I spoke to you a little while ago, didn't I, also, about some design work you were doing in your home? And that was to do with the curtains, is that right? So today it's cushions. Perfect. Okay. Would you like to take a seat and we'll have a look at a few samples? Lovely. So I've just had this lovely collection arrive with me today. Would you like me to show it to you? Rightio. So let me just, it's neutral predominantly, yes, okay. Perhaps with some textures? Okay. Yes, I can see what we have and I'll be delighted to show you them. There we are. Okay, so let's take a look first at this beautiful butterfly design. Again, quite neutral, but with a touch of turquoise and lilac and the muted greys on this lovely textured fabric with some script entwined too. Let's just take a closer look. Yes, it's the purple hair, the yes, quite muted script writing. Would you like to feel it? Yes, it is, yes. Quite textured, isn't it? Yes. Let me just check for you. We would have it in stock. Let me just make a note of that. So, and I'll just check my records. I had a feeling there was something similar. But I may be thinking of a different design, so bear with me just one moment and I'll show you the other ones. Oh, I'm so pleased that you're happy with your curtains choice. I think you did definitely make the right decision. I can't see it at the moment, but I have that note there for myself. Perfect. Okay, so let's move that to one side. And this is one of my favourites. This beautiful, elegant chair design, the parlour chair designs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slightly smoother in texture compared to the previous sample. It would go very well, wouldn't it? Yes. Yeah, I'll just check that for you. We do. We haven't got a large quantity of this in, but if it's Okay, it's just for the cushions, so I think looking at our system, that should be absolutely fine. Let me just check with my colleague. Bear with me please, just one moment. Just in the office next door. I always forget the code to her. That's right. Hi there, it's me. Yes, yes. I'm with a lovely lady and we're looking at some samples for cushion covers. Now I know we have some of the stock. Let me just check for you. Yes, the vintage chair design. Yeah. Will we be getting more of this in for... Right. Perfect. Okay, I'll let her know. Thanks so much. Thank you. Bye-bye. Yes, there's definitely more on its way. So if you decided you wanted to perhaps recover the chair that you mentioned, that would certainly be an option. It is, yes. It's called parlour chairs, but in fact the light actually isn't particularly good in here, but yes, it's vintage chair, the charcoal. Yeah. Okay, so that's a firmer favourite. I'm just going to pop. It's just in there to remind me. Okay, let's move on to our next design. This, as you can see, is more text rather than pictures, with a very, I think, very French feel about it. Yes, it is. Yes. Let's take a look. It is, yes, it's to one side. There we go. The natural cans, and it is 100% cotton. It is lovely. Perhaps a combination of the fabrics for the cushions, for one to perhaps have a more plain feel in contrast to ones with script or with picture. Okay, I'll pop a little marker in there as well. An absolute plain one I have, yes. Let me just make a little note to myself. So we have the vintage chairs, plus more there, and then the cans. Beautiful. The butterfly. Just sitting on the fence a little bit with that one. Okay. So you mentioned a contrast of the plain. Let's take a little look. I have some samples here that I'll just lay out for you before we continue with the other selections we have here. Are you comfortable looking over? Perfect. Okay. So this one is a really, really, really soft finish, but has a slight sheen. Can you see that? Yes. That would work quite nicely with this can sample. be looking at more the greys or taupe or cream beiges? You're open to suggestion, okay. For purpose of, let's lay those out. Okay, so that one there, yes, that one is called the Seal Naples. Again, nice soft finish. Yeah, not as soft as this one, but has the slight sheen. It is very pretty, isn't it? And you're right, they do actually work nicely together in contrast. Not so much possibly with the butterflies. I mean, they do go nicely, but I think if you were introducing it with the butterflies, I would take away that one. Perhaps introduce one of the same style, because that is the chenille, cream chenille, and then we have the mink chenille. It is, isn't it? And that does work very nicely together, and of course with the butterflies. Right, but still not quite sure what you want. It is pretty, yes, for a lounge or, yes, the bedroom. Okay, let's fold that back. So I don't think the mink works as well with the vintage chairs, but you still like that, okay. But it does work nicely with the cans. It just picks up the colouring there and there and there, and this lovely softer one all around there. Perfect. Let's put those to one side, and I'll just show you. This one is again incredibly soft, and that is the cream plush velvet, but it's not quite a cream in my eyes. There's a slight greyish tone to it, so, but I think it works very well with the vintage chairs, as does the silver grey Naples. Another darker option for the butterfly if you want more of a contrast. Not as keen at the moment. Okay, no problem at all. And this one, of course, works well, I would say, with most of these. It's got a nice finish to it, with lines just going up and down, yes. And that's the cream Naples. And again, a darker contrast depending on which design. Again, it's a lovely finish because it's got the chenille that we had in these two options, 1 and 2, and they do have this beautiful finish, but it is on the darker side if you were looking more for a neutral. Yeah, okay, I'll pop that to one side, and I'll pop that one to one side too, and we'll just take these with us onto the next sample. Is the grey still an option then? The seal? Okay, depending. So, that's a possibility. That's a possibility. And then how are you with bird design? These beautiful vintage cages. Lovely design. Some in the grey. There's a slight little bit of grey, almost light blue on the stomach there. This one, let me see, let me fold it over, we can see. Fiji. It is, yeah, a natural finish, again 100% cotton. Quite a nice smooth effect. It would actually, yes, go nicely with the vintage chairs, about the vintage chairs and the vintage birds. Right, let me just check that for you. Okay. So you're now leaning more towards this one as opposed to the cans. You're not quite sure about the blue in it. Okay. That's completely understandable, because you know best yourself the colour themes that you're following in your home, and of course business as well, being a bed and breakfast. Okay, so would you like me to mark that one? Okay. Pop that there. And pop that to there. And I'll just check the stock level, which is perfect. Okay. Now this design I consider more of a design for a kitchen theme. If you had a kitchen seats or cushions, obviously having the cow and the bull, the chicken, etc. It is nice. Again, has a bit of a French feel about it. I don't know why, or an English garden. I don't know. I'm quite torn with that one a little bit, but I like it. But perhaps no, not quite what you're looking for. Okay, no problem at all. Let's fold that one up. We'll take that underneath there to move that one out the way, like so, leaving us with this design here. Again, slightly darker. Let me see, I'm not sure. This one has, yes, there it is. Again, it's called the vintage, it's a bit dark in here, isn't it? The vintage label, 100% cotton. Being a little bit darker, obviously with cushions things can get dirty with hands and things, so perhaps a practical option, but not too dark. And I do like the, yes, it's a nice soft finish, isn't it? That really makes it pop, doesn't it? The lighter one, yes. But you're being drawn back to the other ones, are you? No problem at all. Let's just see what it would be like. That actually works quite nicely with the darker one and the contrast. And I think particularly if we had those three together, that's a nice combination. Oh, you're thinking of a different room now, okay. Well, that'd be no problem at all. Okay, I'll just make a note of that and pop that down. And let's just see, so we'll have that there. And when would you be thinking about coming back in, or we can send it? Okay, so you're back in Cobble Street in a couple of days, which would suit us fine, so we can put it to one side for you. So, okay, I'll make a note of that. So we have the vintage label. I mean, suddenly just jump out, didn't it? It was, yes. With the cream chenille and the silver chenille. Which, checking for you, is all perfect. Lovely. So let's pop those just to there for a moment and fold that back down to remind ourselves of the bird. I call it the bird, but yes, of course, it's Vici. And then the cans and vintage chair. So if I this or this, and then of course there's the butterflies. You're happy to take the butterflies out now, okay? So should we opt for the the vintage chairs and the Vici birds. Perfect, what a lovely choice. And with the plain option to contrast, I'll just make a note of that too. So we have the vintage chairs option along with the Vici. Super. And contrasting with, we'll lay those there. Let's place those together to give you an overall idea. Place that there, place that there, place that there, and like so. Yeah, you're having those with the other ones, aren't you? Yes. So what immediately draws your eye? I think almost the one you had previously is beautiful because it picks out the lighter notes in, so you may want to have that one. And then that incredibly soft one, quite nice. But you also like the taupe. Perhaps we'll mix that around. Take that to there. You'll think, okay, so you've got that with the other one. Perhaps take that one out because you're having that with the other design. And let's see. Would you like the warmer contrast? Not so much. Okay. Righty ho. So that one's going there as well. That one's going to go too. But you're liking that one still. But you want to kind of stick to the greys and okay, so not quite right still. You're leaning back towards the original one we had there, right? Yeah. No, I think that's a nice combination because it picks out the tones, it gives it a pop. And again, we have plenty of the cream chenille, the pebble plush velvet, and the seals Naples. I just need to double check this one. We have got stock, but it may take an extra day or so longer. We haven't got quite as much of this as we have of the other items. Okay, that's no problem. Lovely. Super. I can... So we have 1, 2, 3. the cream chenille, the seal, Naples, purple blush, velvet. Lovely. And I have your details already. So I think that's a lovely selection. So I can place that all on order for you. Are there any measurements that you need to take today? Fine. Okay, well if you need to double check, just let me know and we'd be more than happy to help you with that. Wonderful. Okay, I can process that for you and I have your telephone number so I can give you a ring and to confirm when we have that for you to come in and to collect. Lovely. Can I help you with anything else today? My pleasure. Super. Take care and we'll see you in a couple of days. Okay, bye bye.